Let me introduce you to Nicolas Poulain. He's going to talk about Capytale, a case of large-scale use of Jupyter notebooks in education. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. I have a paper for my speech. It would be better like this. So, my name is Nicolas Poulain, and I'm a teacher in France, mathematics teacher. And today, I'm here to talk about Capytale. It's an online platform developed for and by French national education system with the aim of providing a simple and installation-free computer science environment for teachers and their students aged from 11 to 21. Capytale has currently 500,000 users registered. Not all of them are every day on the platform, but it has successfully popularized the notebook format among teachers and students in high schools. And I will, in this presentation, try to explain the key success factors of Capytale and the notebook format in education. So we will see 4 points. Guidelines first, a simplified authentication system, the fact it's fully online, and pedagogical features, of course. So first, Ministry has set some guidelines. Students from age 11 to 14 are using Scratch to block code to learn the programming science. And then in high school, from 15 to 18 and beyond, they use Python as a programming language. We have the lock and unlock to have a lot of system to sign on for pupils. As you can see, each district has its own directory to log people. So we had to build a multi-single sign-on system to log every student and every pupils in France. It was very important to provide a system that permit to teachers to log in and with their students without have to create a lot of new IDs and passwords. Our system is fully online. As you saw this morning, there are a lot of systems that permit to execute Python in the browser with WebAssembly. We chose Baston because when we started the system with Capytale, it was 3 years ago, and it was the beginning of this sort of thing. And the key factor of the success, it's entirely online. And we had a bad experience with centralized server system. We were not able to provide the client execution. Excuse me. I will read my paper. Our experience has shown that we were not able to centralize execution of notebooks for such large number of users. Therefore, we turned to a client-side execution with partnering with Baston, who was the first to integrate Pyodide into a notebook. And today, scalability is ensured with a negligible cost with a handful of virtual machines. About pedagogical features, the notebook format has been adopted by the vast majority of teachers who have discovered it. This is because it goes without saying it, but it's better said. The format is very well suited to the pedagogical needs of computer science teachers and students. Notebooks allow teachers to provide a detailed and interactive learning experience for their students. Capytale has several pedagogical features. I will show you just after this, that make easy for teachers to use and manage. It offers cloud storage and a simplified workflow. In Capytale, the teacher begins by creating an activity with instructions and possibly the beginning of a program to help students to get started. Then the teacher distributes the activity by communicating a sharing code. The students can work on their personal copies and of the original activity. Then the teacher dashboard, it allows him to access the student works and correct them by adding comments, assessments, and evaluations. We offer we offered a sharing library for sharing courses and exercises among teachers. This allows teachers to share their material and collaborate with their colleagues to create better and more engaging learning experiences with their students. Currently, we have 3,000 activities in the library, and subjects like mathematics, physics, and of course, computer science. I will show you a quick demo of Capytale now. I will first log as a teacher. Okay, so connection, as you've seen just before, we have all district login systems. I will log in here in Paris. So as a teacher, like I said, this is me, connect. With SSO, I'm redirected to Capytale, and here, my activities. I can see all my previous activities and create a new one. I'm able to create Python notebooks, but a lot of other stuff. SQL notebooks, OCaml notebooks, Python script and console, and many others for younger students. Okay, so let's create a notebook. I have to set a title. Okay, and that's it. I could do many things else, but for now it's okay. I'm redirected to Baston, so here is a notebook. Okay, I will ask my students to look at the program. Okay, simple program, square. Okay. And then, okay. So my next question is, do the same by yourself. Okay. And just a beginning, def cube, ellipsis. Okay, that's the work to do. I will save it. Okay, I go back. So now it's time to share this work with my students. We choose to do as simple as it's possible with the code here. Okay, this code, I can copy it and share it with you. It's easy to say. I could copy the URL and paste it anywhere. I could even show the QR code. Okay, so I click on copy. And now it's time to log as a student. Okay, my second tab here, connection. I will connect as a student who has the code I previously said in front of you. Okay, here I am. I'm a student. I just copy the code here. Okay, then go. Here, I just created a copy of the master given by my teacher, and I can do my work. Okay, so cube here. I will do a little different method. C is x. Okay, and return xc. Okay, and why not test it? cube 5. OK, that's it. OK, I'm all good. Save it. I could even say to my, tell to my teacher I've done my work here. If I click this confirm button, I will lose the ability of modify anymore my copy. OK, I give it to my teacher, and that's it. OK, let's go back to the teacher UI. Here I am. As you see, we have 0 copy here, but if I reload the page, I have now 1 copy. It's automatic. I can click here and see the list of the copies of my students automatically. I don't have anything to do. I just had to share the code and wait for it. OK, now I have the list of my students. There is only 1 at a time, but in a few days there will be 20 or many more. OK, I can click on the name of the student and look at his work. OK, nice. I can execute. I can add some comments here. Why not? OK, and save it. OK, I can even say what I think about this work. Very good. Good. And an evaluation here, 20 on 20. OK. Save it. OK. And from the workflow, I can say I had done the review, and here I am. As a teacher, I made my job, so I can go back and do the same with the next copy and so on. OK. So back again to the student mode. Here I am. OK. My copy is graded. I can check if there's something to read for me inside the copy. OK, I can see the comment here added by my teacher. That's nice. OK, let's go back. And I will show you the library I talked about 1 minute ago. Library is completed. All activities you can see here are made by teachers everywhere all around France. They did an activity that was nice. It worked so very well with the students. So they just say, OK, I will share it with the Creative Commons by SR license. And everyone can look at the work, see if you're interested. OK, that's nice. I like this, this work. I will. I would like to have it for myself with something I would add or remove. OK, so here at the bottom, I can clone this activity and made it mine. OK, here I am. Copy of the one I showed you. And then it's mine. I have my own code I can share with my students. I could possibly correct many things inside. OK. Python 3.10. OK. That's mine. I can do whatever I want inside this notebook. Blah, blah. OK. Save it. OK. Then go back. OK. I'm OK with this. I can share the code as I showed you a minute ago. So a full workflow to work for students and teachers, expressly made for high school needs. I will end this presentation with a few statistics. Capytale's success promoting the notebook format among high school teachers and students is due to its online nature, I guess, its pedagogical features, of course, adherence to ministry guidelines and simplified authentication, and of course, Jupyter Notebooks format itself. These factors have made it easier for teachers to elaborate their lessons and for students to learn and practice computer science in an easy, fun, and engaging way. As you can see, it's a large scale. We started the project 3 years ago, 2.5, and numbers are quite huge. Thank you for listening.
Okay, we have a few minutes for questions. So if you have any questions, yeah, please, you can.
Yeah, thanks for the interesting talk. So actually, I have a question regarding the resource. How did you allocate the resource for every users? Are they the same? And how was the Jupyter Notebook deployed? Is it in a container, different container, or is it a single Jupyter?
It's everything is online, as I said. We have to store the data. We have a Drupal CMS. It's used to manage users and store data. Okay, and then the notebook is executed in the browser. So we don't centralize execution of notebooks. It's mandatory because with the amount of users we have, it's impossible for us to offer the execution in a centralized server.
Any other questions? Yeah.
Again, thanks for the great talk. It looks like you've done it. You have a clean workflow. You've covered the entirety of France. It works well. So I'd like to know if you have what leads do you have for the future? Do you have other features in mind? What's the plan going from there? Because it looks like, from my perspective, job's done.
Thank you. Job is not done. For the future, we have a lot of plans. As you saw, in the list of activities, there are a lot of missing elements that are important for teachers in France. I think in particular of programming, I don't know the name, electronics, like Microbit or Arduino. We'd like to add this feature inside. There is a lot of work to add modules for Python, because here Python is working, as I said, in the browser. So not all the modules are working here. In particular, Pygame doesn't work. We are looking for a way to make it work inside, because it's a lot of students would like to program games, of course. So that's in our calendar, and we are looking for evolutions for the notebook Baston, because it's a first attempt to execute Python in the browser, and we have to make evolutions for this system. So a lot of work for many years.
Yeah. Yeah. Here. Yeah.
Thanks for the very interesting talk. You mentioned that not only the CS teachers use that, but also math and physics teachers. Could you elaborate? Like, did it take too much, or how long did it take for you to train these teachers to use the system eventually? And what were the difficulties at this scale?
Excuse me, I didn't understand everything. Can you repeat
Okay,
a little slower?
Okay, so you mentioned that not only the CS teachers use that.
What is CS?
Computer science.
Okay.
But also math and physics teachers, right? Mm. So you mentioned that the scale is pretty big. It's about like hundreds of thousands of users. So when you scale the system and sort of propagated it to all the schools in France, what were the difficulties with the training of these teachers, and how did you overcome them?
In France, I don't know how it works in other countries. There are no computer science teachers in high school and in middle school. It's mathematics, physics, and who teaches these topics. So there is it's a problem. So it's why this is so important to have a library to help teachers each other. To the one who knows how to do it, they share what they have done, and it's a very good help for beginners, teachers, beginners, of course, to step in these topics. Okay, we have in activities here. We provide notebooks, of course, but it's for the ones who are used to do computer science. Script console is simpler, and the beginners like it very much, so it's important to have it too. And in middle school, students are younger, and Codablock is a Scratch. It's is much easier to handle for teachers and students. Okay, did I answer the question? Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much for this talk. I'm wondering if it will be possible to include some personal work or some contribution in this platform, because I have some, for example, notebooks for basics genetics. In biology, for example, it will be possible to integrate in this library, and if it's only French, the official language for the notebooks.
For now, it's only a French project, and we are not looking to expand, to spread it everywhere, because we are just a very small team to work on this. So the code of Capytale will be open sourced in a few months. I don't know exactly when, but if I understood your question. It will be possible to get the code and to run it on your own server, and to do contributions to the project. Is it what you asked? Not exactly. I didn't understand.
Okay, I will ask the next speaker to actually come here, and we have some more questions, and if we still have time.
Yeah, so the work is extremely impressive, especially since at start, when Baston was started, you were among the first to have a notebook platform only in the browser. That was before Jupyter Lite and kind of things. And now you mentioned extensions that would be great to have, such as Pygame, for example. Could we expect that if there is some progress, I mean, at what level would that contribution land? For example, Pygame, would it land in Pyodide, only in this environment? Or could it be used in Jupyter Lite? How do you interact today with the other projects around the same technologies?
I don't know yet. We are working on it, but everything is just proof of concept for the moment. But I hope we will be able to give users environment to program games, Pygames, or there is another one called Pixel with a Y, which is very interesting. It's a Japanese developer, and I don't know if we will give a try with these two projects or only one. I don't know yet. Thank you. Okay.
Hi. I wanted to ask, how do you incentivize or promote teachers to share their content with the rest? And how do you help teachers find high-quality content from others?
We didn't promote anything. It was natural. We just offered the possibility to share, and it was natural. We didn't have to ask anything to anyone. The second part of the question?
How do you help teachers find these content, like a high-quality one?
Yes, you're right. That's a problem. We have not really developed solution, but as you can see, you will see. Okay, there is a counter here who gives you the number of copies of the notebook or the document, and if you do a search, dichotomy, I guess it's the same in English, and order by number of copy, okay, you can have a clue on the quality with this number, because if it interested 21%, maybe it's a good one. That's the only quality tag we have on it, but we should work on this to provide functionalities to highlight good resources. Yes, you're right.
Thank you. Thank you, Nicolas.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.